Signed to Star Wars Chronicles New York Princes. A newcomer came from the sky, going by the name of Samus Bonovich. He came from different planets with a different teleportation device, however it went haywire, causing the group to help him get back home. However, Dragonel wasn't so keen on doing so after seeing everyone else treat him compared to how he usually gets treated. This eventually leads him to grow envious of this newcomer as they continue to go on to help him out and try to get back home. They manage to find a thing that gets him back there, however Dragonel managed to impede him in their step. He pretty much mentions how he feels envious of the newcomer and eventually leads to them going to a short brawl. It ends with both sides feeling irritated toward each other, and Dragonel leads to figure out how it was going wrong with him and why he's acting the way he is, leading us to now. Episode 13, Return of an Old Legend. It's been about 20 years before recent events. Both Dragonel IV and Mikey, younger version, were seen by a hospital getting looked at from their injuries. Thankfully none of their blows were fatal, but both were in critical state. They were still conscious as it's been documented that they received injuries a day ago. As they're both in the room, they look at each other a little disappointed before laughing. It's funny when you think about it. We never had to push ourselves like that before nor after Darky. Guess you and I have gone softer, eh? Dragonel was still a little upset. I wouldn't say that. I think it's more that he got stronger. They both stopped laughing. I fear this would happen, especially when you begin to terrorize people like that. Stealing their energy, using it against them, it's actually terrifying to think about. He grips the blanket hard. It's over, isn't it? We beat him. Granted, we had to pull all the stops to do it, but he's captured. I'm sure the institution can help him get a hold of his life. He's probably still trying to figure it out, and he's only using instincts to dictate his actions. Dragonel thought it over again. I hope that's the case, but if it isn't, we can't allow him to break out and terrorize again. This led them both into fall into silence. There's also a part of me that believes he isn't acting on instinct. I think he really wants to go out and hurt those civilians. Mikey thought it over. Let's just see what the institution has to say about it before we make that call. I do agree, but that isn't my place to say. As he said that, the sound of an alarm woke the oldest Dragonel from his slumber. He was laying on a messy bed, his wings spread out from one end to another. He gets up as the sun beams on his face through the window. Rubbing his head, he turns off his alarm while holding it into his thoughts. You're not time to get a dream like that. He then looks over to see a calendar on the right other end of the room. With a shocked look, he gets up eagerly. That's right, they're coming today. Getting things prepared, he leaves with a haste. This now takes us over to the boat where the four waited on the deck, except for the youngest, who stood in the shade without saying a word. He didn't even take notice of anything, just stood in his thoughts alone. Meanwhile, Edric was explaining to the girls what to expect. And that's pretty much all you need to know, nothing too complicated. Captain brushed off with confidence.
I stood in front of kings before. This is nothing.
I looked over to Dragonel a little concerned.
I'm sure we'll be fine. Will he?
And he looks over concerned as well. As much as I don't respect him, he's probably the best person to talk to about this. He then walks over the edge to look into the distance. Besides, not much we can do for him. We stood our peace, and it's clear we aren't being that hopeful. She laughed while joining him.
You weren't giving me much to work with.
He laughed as well. I'm sorry, I didn't know someone who clearly has everyone figured out needs additional information. He laughed while staring off. To be honest, I don't think anything I tell you would help the situation. There's something that he needs to figure out. We can't figure it out for him. Dragonel took notice of that saying as Catherine yelled at them.
We're here!
They all get ready. Remember, he's even more of an asshole than I am. She looked at him smugly.
I highly doubt that. No one could ever be worse than you.
He laughed while taking the charge. There's no pleasing you, is there? The ship made to shore where the oldest waited for the exits. The humans were the first to get off as Dragonel waited for them to move, not seeing a thing. Morning! Hope the ride wasn't too bumpy. Catherine bowed in respect.
Not at all. Thanks for your hospitality.
The oldest looked up to see his son stare at him unflinchingly. He sighs with a worried gaze. So where's the food? I'm starving. His stomach growled eagerly, and it wasn't just his.
Same here. There wasn't enough took
The oldest took the lead, was still worried. Just follow me. It should be ready by the time we get there. He cut back over to the dining room with the castle. Eileen was put off with how big the portion of turkey she got, as both Edric and Catherine slowly ate some of it.
He does usually eat more than us, but goddamn.
Edric shrugged after finishing his bite. You don't have to eat it all. Trust me, those two will easily finish off what we can't eat.
Look at the bright side. It is cooked to perfection.
She took another look at her, smelling it.
I guess, though if you ask me, I think it's way too much to handle.
Edric laughed after finishing a third of it. Just eat one bite at a time. It's not that hard. No one's asking to finish in a record time. It's not like you ever beat those two's appetites. They didn't look over to see both Dragonel stand in the balcony near the dining room. As they kept eating, their minds shifted to the conversation.
What do you think they're talking about? Couldn't tell ya. I hope whatever it is helps the fifth settle his mind.
Going to the conversation, both of them gazed out to the city where many cursed civilians went about their days. Both were unsure what to say. Mind telling what's going on? His son didn't say anything as he processed the question. It's not like you to flip out to someone for anything. At least not by your will. And Edric did tell me about how his dad made you think about some things. His son continues to think. If it's too hard for you to answer, then let's start where we left off. You are telling me about how you feel strong enough to protect them. I told you I don't know why. Looks over confused as the son stares off. No matter how hard I think, no matter how hard I search, I always feel so inferior. You're not inferior, the fifth completely snapped. You keep saying that, but what have I done to prove it? They were both caught off guard with that. The youngest took a deep breath. I'm asking for help, Dad. I'm trying to, but you gotta give me something to work with. You gotta understand that you are strong enough. He scoffed. Yeah, keep saying that to make you feel better. How would you like me to help you then? He shrugged, slowly turning away. Tell me why I'm not strong enough. Son, Tell me why I'm not strong enough! His voice echoed down towards the city. Everyone almost died because I couldn't win. I let my emotions get the better of me to a guy who was just trying to get home. Tears formed around his eyes, beginning to shake. I need to know why I'm not strong enough. Tell me, please. His father didn't know what to say. I don't know. It could be because of what happened to your... He didn't recall the event before saying another word. My what? My friends? His father held his tongue. You don't remember, do you? He backed even further. Then again, that might be a long shot. Besides, that happened so long ago. What is it? Before he said anything, his father thought of another thing that might calm down the situation. It was before you were born. I remember you kept hearing about the reports of it back when you were young. His son seemed confused. It's best he doesn't relive that. Just let his mind come at ease on this note. He was ferocious. It's like no one could ever best him. Michael and I had to use every power we had because we underestimated how strong he became. We managed to win out, also with a lot of terror. That's why those events keep getting replayed over and over again. Especially around you. He wanted his eyes that response. You were afraid of him. Even though he locked away, you feared him. So that fear might be holding you back from not being strong enough. Both processed the story in their own way. Sorry for lying, but telling you what else happened might be too much for you to take. Please don't take this the wrong way. I get it now. He looks back up to him determined. What you're saying is I need to face that fear in order to conquer it. Once I do, I can finally be strong enough. Father backed away in disgust. No! What I'm telling you is that you need to let go of that fear. He's taken care of. There's nothing you don't need to face it. Just let go. He said the pair fly off. Thanks for the advice. I'll go do that right now. He blitzed off quickly. No! Wait! It was too late. He was gone before his father even reacted. The others came out with some of his leftover turkey.
Now that I think about it, how come you never shrink the food? It's no longer living.
Edric sighed with annoyance. For fuck's sake, all this time, never thought to. They all stopped to see the oldest pair to fly off. What's happening? He turns to him exasperated. I made a terrible mistake! He flies out to try and catch his son. The others quickly ran to the edge of the balcony to see what he was talking about. Mistake? What is he talking about? Internet Catherine, who noticed he looked on.
We should probably follow. I have a bad feeling about this.
We now go to Dragonel dash to each person across the island. He searched through the windows to see some inmates. I don't remember which one he kept in, but I do remember vividly who you are. All those times I saw those videos of what you did to the innocent. You might be right all along. As he flies off, his father flies towards a different direction. He stops in front of some hole on the side of the island where 2 lizard guards held firm. He talks to them stressed. My son didn't come here, did he? Both of them look at each other before turning back to him. They shake their heads in denial, having the oldest sign of relief. Thank God. Whatever you do, do not let him out. We can't risk him leaving again. They both saluted.
Nothing to worry about. He ain't getting out of here.
That's when the oldest began to pace back and forth on the beach. Dumbass, you should have told him the truth. That way you would not only bother with him, but also understand what holds him back. He then turns the other way. No. Do you want his mental state to get worse? You are his father. You should be considered what to say to your son. He then saws in place to grab his head in annoyance. Why can't you be honest with him? Why can't you give it to him straight? Why can't we both understand? The guards looked concerned.
Your Highness.
He looks once at them.
Don't mind if I butt in, but I'm sure it'll be fine.
He then looked over after hearing Catherine's voice.
He's right. Just take deep breaths.
He does so slowly as the humans catch up.
Like that. Let your mind be at ease.
This eventually helped him calm down.
See?
You're wise, Agent. He looks over to see Edric come up to him as well. How did you find me? You were screaming your head off about how you should have told them the truth or whatever. What is the meaning of it? He almost took one more deep breath. It's not easy for me to say either. All you need to know is that it shook both of us back then. But this looks over to the hole. This is something else. Something that isn't ready to see the light of day. Edric pulled over Eileen. See? What I mean that he can be worse than me? At least I'm honest with him. Eileen was still confused about what they were looking at.
Who's in there?
One of the strongest beasts known to man. Yellow then turned around and is shocked to see the younger fly down to them. That's right. You had him at Ground Zero, the most secure prison on the very island. Makes sense. It's where I forgot about it. His father got in front of him. Look, Scales, I lied to you. He is the one holding you back. Oh, yes, he is. Once you said to me, it was all too clear. But I understand why you don't want him to come out either. You're probably afraid of him too. That's okay. I'll beat him to show he ain't that tough. As he tried to get around him, the oldest kept getting in his way. Maybe so, but you aren't thinking straight. You don't need to face him to break away from that fear. Just fly away. Act like he's never here. Tell me this. If it's too much of an issue for him, then why do you keep getting in my way? There's no other way to fix this. I need to beat him to conquer my fear. His father grabs his shoulder to restrain. You aren't listening to me. He'll kill you. There are other ways too. His son broke off his grip as he pushed him into the ground. There is no other way. This is it. The rematch I'm making. My trial of the king. They all looked at him shocked. That's when he began to dash towards the door. He was stopped, however, as Edric blocked him in his tracks by throwing a rock underneath him. And that's what this whole song dance is about. I already told you you'd have nothing to prove to us. Dragonel broke the rock with one punch and clear the path. You're all so fake. Thinking all this talk would make me feel better. I actually believed you. But I see how you treat Samus, a guy we knew nothing about. I understand how fake you guys really are. I only managed to hold him back by releasing some of her absorbed power.
Really? On about that again? You're worse off than I thought.
She was then punched aside as she didn't see the air punch coming. Get out of my way. Edric catches her before she hits the ground hard. He had to try to interfere, but by stepping in front of him. Didn't you hear me?
No, I don't know what's in there, but I do know that I can't let you go through with this. Something clearly isn't right here, and I'm not going to let you hurt yourself over something that shouldn't matter. What Edric said was true. We don't need your protection. We need your support. We're only doing this to help support you. Your father's right. There are better ways to do this.
Sparks flew around him.
I had that mindset too, thinking if you bull rush your way through it, it will get better. But that only makes things worse.
She rolled for her shoulder to show a big bruise on her stomach. Everyone else looked at her in disbelief as she had her tears in her eyes.
And it can leave you with moments that don't go away. Look at yourself, Dragonel. You can be stronger, but you aren't going to do it like this.
He didn't know what to say after seeing that. He lets go of his sparks so thinking it over. Edric comes over to put his hand on his friend's shoulder. I told you, we're going to get through this together. We'll become stronger. You just need to take the time to do it. Think rationally for all of our sake. And after thinking over, his sparks came around to discharge, pushing off Edric in the process. This is exactly why I need to do this. So that those scars don't have to be there. I'll make sure no one ever see that kind of pain ever again. With one last dash, he goes past his captain towards the door. Lizard guards try to block him, but he was too quick for them to do so. At this point, his father managed to get back up from the ground. It's too late! He's way too determined. We need to pull all the stops to stop him before he gets to their cell. They all rush in to try and catch up.
Already on it.
Inside the cave were many doors with other lizard guards. Dragonel quickly rushed to try and find the one that matters. If I were Dad, I will lock him away in one of the most seclusive cells. Nancy's one at the end of the hallway, guarded by 3 of them. There we are. He walked over towards it as the 3 guards held firm.
Oh no, back away. We can't let anyone break him out, even someone such as yourself.
Thinking of a quick out, he changes to relaxed expression. Hey, I'm only here to talk to him. Nothing more. Just a little talk. The guards didn't believe him. Lighten up! Come on! They remained firm. Fine. Electricity covers his fist. He defeats all of them in 3 quick attacks. That's when he was ready to open the door by breaking it, but he stopped after his father called out to him. Scales! Stop! It was too late as he broke the door with ease. They all stopped in shock as he did that. No one moved a muscle as they were unsure what was in there.
I can't be that powerful, can it?
The youngest walks as his father tried to hold him back. Not another step. Leave now! While I'm this far in? Hell no! He shoulder tosses his father deep into the cell, where the others back away cautiously. His father gets up slowly as he rubs his head. This is getting ridiculous. What would your... He thought he feels a hand grab into his head. With a snap, he feels the power drained by the second as he screams in pain. Looking deeper, I see another dragon hold on to him as the oldest energy was completely drained. This caused the dragon enough energy to break out of the chains with ease.
20 years since I last saw anyone, and lucky me, the first person I meet is you.
The light gives a clear sight to show a weird amalgamation of a dragon with a purple and red torso and head, metal arms and legs, and bone wings. A Dragonel! Dragonel stretches a bit to feel out his muscles. He then brings his head straight towards the oldest.
I've been waiting for this moment. Time to settle the score.
That won't be happening. He then turns around to see the youngest, who stands there confidently. With a cynic smile, he looks back at the oldest.
You've been busy.
The youngest punches on Dragonel straight towards the wall. You might kill anyone on my watch. Dragonel gets up while dusting off his shoulder.
If that's how you wanted it, you should have kept me in that cell.
He grabs a hold of the youngest while bringing him outside. The others followed, hoping to bring a quick end to the fight. As they get out, they see the 2 dragons fly up high in the sky. I don't suppose any of you guys have anywhere to fly. They all shook their head in denial. The 2 dragons duked it out, with Dragonel surprisingly in the direction with 1 punch at a time.
So determined. Why fight someone like me?
They backed away to stay each other. For years, you've been a looming threat to my family. That ends the day when I beat you. He goes for another punch, only for Dragonel to grab it and toss him aside.
Idiot, you brought out the monster that terrorizes all, only to beat him in a sparring contest.
He laughs hauntingly. This caused him to show while giving him a hard hit.
Did you forget why he had me locked up in the first place? Or did it somehow get past your infinite wisdom?
Dragonel takes the hit while hitting him hard back. Of course I didn't forget. There's one, the only person you should be focusing on is me. Dragonel rubs the part he felt the hit while turning back to him. With a small snicker, he looks back to him with darts.
As you wish.
They go at it once more. The other group try to reach them, but no matter how big Etcher made the rock, they are always so far away.
Come on, we're almost there.
After breathe heavily as they try to get up to them. I don't think my Beyonce will help that much. Of course there's something as stupid as this. The rock shrank back to size as they fell back to the ground in pain. I'm sorry, it's the best I can do. If only they weren't above the clouds fighting, I'd be able to grow that far.
So you actually do have a limit on how big you can grow things.
Don't beat yourself up too much about it. They all turn to see the oldest crawling on his way outside. Forgive me, I would help too, but all my energy resides that beast.
Yeah, why exactly is this guy so threatening?
Looks like to see the 2 dragons go blow for blow. He was created for the sole purpose of killing. However, back then, he only acted on instinct. He was just scared, nothing more than that. That is until he snapped.
Are you talking about the time you beat him when you first fought?
He managed to get himself in the same position. After we defeated Darky, the rebuilding process began. and like clockwork, he showed up. In his mind, the only way to overcome the setbacks is by getting stronger, and the only way he knows how to is to steal energy. He even stole enough energy to kill a person. You're responsible for 20 of my people's murders. He grits his sand as the events play out again. We had him locked away with Michael being optimistic, but I never saw anything good in him. I don't seem to have the upper hand in the fight. He no longer acted on instinct or defense, just hunger. I'm afraid he'll never be satisfied. They all look back up to see the youngest struggling to fight back.
All this time, there was someone even stronger than Overload waiting in the background.
Back to the fight, and Dragonel hits his opponent with a fierce slash. This caused Dragonel to stagger for a bit.
Finally, prime opportunity.
Dragonel mentions a voice steal in the last second as he regains balance. I see. He's trying to get me in a position to steal from me. Just like how he fought Dad. Dragonel get back to his stance.
Pretty slick. I would say you're faster than your old man.
He then punches him hard again, straight in the guts.
But you don't have his strength nor his will.
That's what you think. This gave Dragonel an opportunity for a counterattack. He went into Dragonel straight in the face with all electricity he can muster. He followed with a barrage attack that sent Dragonel even further. How's that for will? Dragonel breaks off while they're coughing out some of the pain.
I'll take it back. You're quite resilient.
Dragonel hides in a cloud that covers view.
What? Where did you go?
He looks around to see if he can catch him.
Using his surroundings, pretty clever.
He then catches a flicker of a shadow.
There you are.
He fires a beam straight towards the cloud, causing it to separate. However, once he did, there was something behind it. Dragonel was surprised.
Are you kidding?
Dragonel appears behind him. How unfortunate. Looks like you're on. He then gives out a lot of electricity to his fill hard. It connects, seeing Dragonel flying down to the ground. This takes us back to Overload and Darknut, who are reading through some of the articles on their computer. Found anything? Afraid not, sir. Both sighed annoyance. The answer is one of these. Just keep looking. The artifact will be ours and due. Then it felt an impact of something outside. This caused a few things to fall off the desk. Was that an earthquake? Arlo goes over to open the door to see for himself. After opening, he sees a bunch of sand fly back down to him. Darknut, get your sword ready. We're under attack. He then sees what looks to be Dragonel get from the spot in pain. What the fuck? Dragonel looks back up to see his foe standing there proudly.
I suppose it can't be helped. He's stronger than I realize.
The voice was familiar to Overload. Wait, the way he talked. They all felt a surge of energy come around on Dragonel.
Looks like I have to tap into my reserve to show him who's in charge. He wants 100% of me, he gets it.
He lands off the ground straight towards Dragonel. Dragonel eventually comes out. Ready to fight. I'm ready. Where's the fight at? He looks over to his boss, only for him to look back up intrigued. Actually, get the containment equipment ready. I have an idea. Dragonel finally gets up to his foe's level, where Dragonel backs away from the speedy dragon. Still got more in ya. Flying down, he faces him intensely.
You have no idea what power I have. Allow me to show you firsthand.
They go at it again with their punches colliding. Only this time, Dragonel couldn't match his strength. Forcing back in the process as more clouds parted. He recovers as he coughs out some blood.
Strength to overcome everything isn't easy to obtain. At least for people like you.
Dragonel punches him again, only it does nothing.
I was granted a gift, something no other person can have.
Dragonel punches him hard again, causing him to fall for a bit before picking himself back up.
You want to get stronger by beating me, yet you never learned that it was impossible.
In the shocked expression, he desperately gasps for air. How can I? He looks up to see Dragonel's figure darken as it faces away from the sun. At first, Dragonel sees some large figure stand before him as something flashes through his eyes. However, that went away all the same.
You call this getting stronger?
Dragonel is ordered to give his own barrage of attacks. Where they were at, the group was able to see them. Catherine points it out too.
Over there, look!
They do so to see Dragonel taking a beating. Ender looks desperately to see if he can do anything. Shit. Hold on. I'll find a way to help you. Dragonel just kept feeling the punches over and over again. Dragonel finally stopped to see him face to face.
At least your father knows how to put up a fight. You can never be as strong as him, and you can never be as strong as me.
Dragonel turns to him this time in fear. I won't let you. Dragonel grabs a hold of his head with pride.
Aw, sounds like you're all tuckered out. How bad does it hurt?
Dragonel's orders Andrew the same way he did earlier. Dragonel screamed in agony.
That bad, huh? Don't worry. It'll be over soon.
After he finishes, he tosses Dragonel above and then gives a powerful slash across his body. Everyone looked in shock as both his father and Edric called out to him. It was too muddled as Dragonel began to lose consciousness. He falls into the water as he barely makes a splash. No! I'm coming, buddy! Edric quickly runs to the water as the others tell him to wait. Dragonel looks down with pride.
All that talk to give such a pitiful performance. Well, that's one dragon down.
He looks over to see the other, who gazes at him with his own fear.
First your son, now you.
He starts to feel some sort of claw latch onto him. He turns around to see Overload and Darknet ride some sort of flying machine catch behind him.
What are you?
Begin the controlled shock. After a clicking noise was heard, electricity came out of the claw that shocked the energy out of Dragonel. After it finishes, the claw carried him towards the cage, where he was locked in. He tried to fight back, but the shock made him completely drain of power.
What did you do to me?
Overload looks at him into the cage. Your design is something else. In most cases, I would dispose of abominations, that is you. But I've seen something more useful than ever. They both look down to see Edric swim the near-dead Dragonel back to shore. Don't even think about him. You aren't ready to face the likes of him yet. Darknut, fly off. They do so as Edric finally makes it back to the shore. Eileen and Catherine help carry Dragonel over to dry land as they finally make it. Edric coughed out some of the water he had before he said something in a raspy voice. Is he alright? Catherine checked his pulse. She was horrified what she felt.
No pulse.
She began to perform CPR on him.
Come on, stay with us.
She tried over and over again, but he wasn't coming back to life.
Come on, it isn't your time yet.
After fully rushed over as both he and Eileen listened to worse. No. Tears formed in his eyes, he couldn't come back to life. That's when his father came over slowly towards him. They all look over, hoping he might have something. I have a little energy left. Move aside. Catherine does so as Eileen forms around his fist. With the last bit of he had, he sends his shock into his son's body. This causes his son to cough out some water and blood to begin to breathe again. He all give a sigh of relief as he almost fell down, relieved himself. His heart needs a little jolt. While those of the same base element don't hurt you, it could be used to help energize you. That being said, his breathing was slow. If you could take us to the hospital, that would be greatly appreciated. Hera nods as she picks up the oldest.
You got it, and rest assured you will be fine.
Edric and Eileen helped each other carry the youngest.
You both will be fine.
Edric knows the scar that was the 3 slashes on his chest. He didn't get deep enough. I think he nearly drowned. Eileen knows as well.
That's probably what he was hoping for, if you didn't.
She gasped as she figured it out herself. He laughed with a few more tears coming out of his eyes. See? I told you I would support you, dumbass. They carry them alone as the waves crash calmly. This is back to Overload's base, where he begins to study the caged dragon. He kept making intrigued noises as the dragon looked at him unamused.
Take a picture will last longer.
Overload laughed after hearing that. You got a sense of humor. I like that. He finished his studies. If I were to guess, you're the one who called on that radio not too long ago. The dragon realized who he was now.
Wait, you were that bastard who let me rot in that cage.
Now, I didn't let you. I just didn't trust you. You were calling me about taking out this king when I had no power at my disposal to do so. You can see my skepticism. He growled in anger.
I had that power.
So you did, yet all of that power belongs to me. Eli touches his nose as Overload backs with joy. Oh, this is gonna be good. He turns back to him. By the way, I love how you nearly killed that young dragon.
And I would have killed the rest too, had it not been for you.
No, you wouldn't have. Dragonel didn't buy that. You see, unlike your rival, they have things like beyond states and ass poles. The dragon scoffs.
So, those things mean nothing to me. I almost killed his father years ago, and he had the same thing.
Your underestimation will certainly get you killed. Fortunately, you are an ally like me. I'll make sure to never have to worry about those things ever again. He then eyes up again. Besides, I know for a fact that he isn't dead. The dragon will try to hear that. You pulled away too early. He didn't hit his vitals.
How did you...
Overload checked his hand confidently. There's a reason they call me the smartest person in the universe. My credentials speak for themselves. And here's the thing. Now that I know you are telling the truth, I'm willing to partake in this little alliance you want to make. The Dragonel was unsure that he received that proposal. You definitely have the brawn, but you lack the brains to truly finish them off. You and I could be borderline unstoppable if you chose to partner up with me. And I looked you up on Dragonel. You were meant to be Pearson's little pet, right? Dragonel continues to think it over. I hate that guy with every fiber of my being, but even I have to say I'm quite impressed with you. I can show you things far beyond he can ever show you. It's an offer that you can't possibly resist. After thinking it over, he said to Overload intensely.
On one condition, and only one.
Overload hears him out.
Both Dragonels die by my hand, not yours, and so does Michael Starticus. All die to me. Is that alright with you?
Overload takes his time to think, but quickly presses a button to free on Dragonel. The Dragonel says before he sees Overload hold out his hand eagerly. Sounds like a plan to me. The Dragonel smirks as he shakes his hand. Watch out, New Magonia has a power to its name.